No matter where you go, remember the road that will lead you home. No matter where you go, remember the road that will lead you home.
Welcome to the premiere of Let's Get Real with Haja. One thing I know for sure is that we all love food, regardless of our race, gender, or religion. But before I go any further, please hit the subscribe button so you'll be the first person to know when I upload anything new. We are fortunate to have Chef Robert Breffel, aka Chef Omolajo from Haja's Catering. He is going to be sharing with us what inspires him, the struggle he has faced along the way to success, and how it has shaped him to become the person he is today.
I said I'm going on first because I'm also a parent.
No matter where you go, remember the road that will lead you home.
Please help me welcome Chef Omolaja, Sierra Leone's pioneer chef.
Hello everyone.
Chef Omolaja. Omolaja.
Yes.
Where is that name from?
My family on my dad's side have a Yoruba heritage.
Ah, Nigerian.
Yeah, it means Omo means child. The larger part is settle all matters.
Hey.
So Pikin will settle all matters.
Wow, Pikin will settle all matters. I love it.
I think I came around when my mom and my dad were having some tough time.
Oh.
So I was that child that kind of like should bring
The peace.
the peace. So Pikin will settle all matters.
Oh my God.
Yes, yes.
Oh, that's really nice to know.
Thank you.
Oh, so you're a blessed child.
Yes, you can say that. You can say that.
Thank you for being here.
Thank you.
Chef, please provide us with a glimpse of your early years and aspirations.
Wow. Okay. Well, Miss Haja, thank you for doing this. By the way, very, very motivating. And early years. Being a chef, actually, for me, it's by chance. You know, an African in the diaspora, single mother here in America. She aspired for me to be an engineer or a doctor, because that's what all Africans want to be.
Yeah.
Until I had to learn how to navigate myself through the system in America, you know, Salon, who did it.
Right, right,
You either go school, or you get for work and go school.
right.
So it just happened by chance that my roommate at the time had this job and I needed some extra money. He's like, oh, come work at this kitchen. And not know, well, I had the skills in the house, cooking for the guys when we chill, but when I went there, I got to find out that I had the calling, if you want to call it.
Right.
And I decided to go to culinary school to perfect my skills, my studies, and learn more about it. So
Wow.
it's by chance. I didn't wake up until I'm gonna grow up and be a chef.
So it was never in the plan.
It was never in the plan. From the grammar school, for living in Freetown, coming to America, everybody you know about Robert, oh, I want to be doctor, I want to be engineer. You know, we ain't the big old for school.
All of that. And
So,
you did something completely different.
yes.
Wow.
But I'm loving it because I think doing what you love, doing what I wanted to aspire to be was because I wanted to please my parents.
Right.
It would be nice, like my parents, you know, have that ring to them. Oh, me picking a doctor.
Yeah.
But this now, I
That
found
status.
exactly. It was for them. But
Yeah.
this that I'm doing, came to realize this is for me. I love doing it. Taking an apple, a carrot, an onion, and the next thing, it's a beautiful piece of meal in front of somebody enjoying it.
Wow. And I just like the way you just put it. It's so passionate.
Exactly.
I can tell that you really love what you're doing. So I'm gonna go back, and I know you touched upon it a little bit, but I wanted to know like what really motivated you to become a chef.
What really motivated me to become a chef? I don't want it to be funny, but I would say it's my daughter, my first child. Back then, when we were young, as I said, I was going to school to become a doctor, think of a dentist or pharmacist. We're taking my prereqs, community college, PG college, Montgomery College. Then along the line, my girlfriend at that time got pregnant. And I had to drop out of school to handle the responsibility.
Oh wow, tough choice.
Exactly.
And
So,
it wasn't what your parent wanted for you.
you know, I got kicked out of the house. Mom, like, oh, you're gonna do that.
That was not the reason why they brought you over here.
Exactly. Oh, come on, you don't give a look. Come on, I'm used to another man picking. You know, it was that. So I was out hustling, finding my own apartment. I find out that, you know what, go to school, working, one job, damn, not a penny bill. So I had to put the school on the back burner, and I found a second job working as a dishwasher in a kitchen. But the cook that was there at that time, just to make a long story short, was a Ghanaian.
No, I want to hear it.
You want to hear the full story? Okay. So it was just by chance, like you say, it was my destiny, because I was working at this nursing home. I worked with this mommy from Ghana. Her name was Miss Alice. So just going there, washing dishes, prepping. But I was nice to her, help her out, because she was an older lady.
Right.
So then life happened. She had a brother in Florida. Brother got sick, so she had to leave on emergency. And the good thing is, the boss at that time, she never liked me. Then I was young kid, dreads, think I'm from the street. So she never liked me, but she was
she didn't like your appearance?
My appearance, I was a typical stereotype black kid, type of thing with her. But she was out for medical leave. So Miss Alice had to leave that weekend, and they had nobody to do the cooking. So she literally told me, Robert, I trust in you. I know you could do it. So I remember she literally wrote the menu on paper towel. She took the paper towel from the kitchen sink and she wrote it down. Up till this day, I remember my first meal. It was barbecue chicken, rice pilaf, and glazed carrots.
My God.
She wrote it down. That was the lunch. Breakfast was easy. It was just eggs, oatmeal, toast, and things like that. So after I prepared it, by how she wrote it, she told me, watching her, we were done with lunch, cleaning up the kitchen, washing dishes, prepping up for the next meal. Then our boss came down, the director of the building. Apparently that day they were having some board meetings. So board members were there, came down, and she was like, who's responsible for lunch? Who's responsible for lunch? So by the way she came in, everybody thought something was wrong, because that's her persona. She always come on and scream, yell. And you could literally tell I was behind the table prepping up for the next day's meal.
And you had cooked the food.
Yes.
In the morning.
I cooked the lunch meal. I was prepping for the next day.
I'm nervous for you now.
Exactly. I was nervous for myself, Haja. I was, believe it or not. I was. So everybody literally, it was like everybody just turned and pointed their finger. Because, there were other guys there in the kitchen that I met. They're looking at me. I'm young. I'm there. They didn't care for me at that time. Just the envy. I was taken to the job by a friend. He was there too, looking at me. And then she stood right in the middle of the kitchen. She's like, I've been in this building for 4 years, and by far, this is the best meal that have ever come out of this kitchen.
No way!
I'm telling you,
my goodness!
It was a sign of you could see their faces fall, because they were ready to shame me, and you could see folks eating the leftover for lunch. They know it was good, but they kind of it's alright, it's alright.
They didn't want to admit it.
Exactly, until she said it. And then on the way out, she called me outside. She's like, what do you do? I'm like, well, I dropped out of school because I'm having a child on the way. And she's like, okay, well, I understand life happened.
Right.
But if you ever ready to go back to school, you should consider going to culinary school, because you do have, there's something here for you, but it's up to you to bring it
to
out.
make something out of it.
Exactly.
Wow. Wow. Oh my goodness. Wow. I just like how you had thought for a second this was gonna be something very negative.
I thought I was gonna lose my job.
outcome
I thought I was gonna lose my job.
It was just so different. Wow.
Yeah, because of course now myself now these days I'm in management, so I understand how management works. So I guess my boss then would have called and say, hey, the morning cook is out, we have somebody stepping in. So all eyes was in the kitchen operation.
You were supposed to be a substitute.
Exactly.
Not to come and take over.
And of course, Miss Alice went to Florida. She never came back because her brother's sickness was severe. So she had to stay down there longer to take care of him. And then by the time our boss came back from medical leave, I was already grounded in there.
Wow.
I was going nowhere.
You saw the opportunity and you took advantage of it.
And that's the lesson here. For anybody watching it, it doesn't have, I don't know what you're doing, what's your passion. When you get that opportunity,
run with it.
Run with it. Run with it. Don't second guess yourself. Don't be afraid to put yourself out there, because you never know when. If I would have said, oh, Miss Alice, I can't do this. Oh, if I would have panicked and called out the next morning because I was afraid, it could have been a different story.
And it's funny you say that, right? Because that would normally be a typical reaction.
Well, yeah, that would be even if I told you I was taken to the job by a friend. So on our way, we used to catch a bus back then. Hey, my man, you sure say you want to do this and I'm a meet on the. I'm like, and listen, you have all this mixed emotion.
Right.
One gut is telling you, don't do it, you're gonna mess it up. The other one is saying, you know what, you may never have this opportunity, run with it. And that's what I did. I ran with it.
And look at where you are today.
Thank you.
So moving on to my next question.
Okay.
What challenges have you encountered as a result of choosing this career path?
I've been lucky, to be honest, but a challenge for, say, if you would call it that, I would say came from my parents. Of course, I'm the first son to my dad. I'm from a line of educators. I have teachers, principal, doctors. So he wanted to carry that persona. So come on.
Yeah.
Oh, my body, I'm aboard to study engineering and a doctor. I didn't school. So I would say that was a challenge I got, because my dad did not accept my path right away. He did not accept.
So tell me about him.
So, of course, I had a child when I dropped out, which is my motivation. I had to go back because back then I was working 2 jobs. Like, you know what, I can't raise my kid like this.
Right.
I needed to do something. I made the sacrifice. Quit one job, work part-time overnight so I could go to school, work in the morning, the kitchen, go to school in the evening, then go work at night. And then I did that for 3 years. So finally finished culinary school. My dad came to America for the graduation. Beautiful arena, National Building Museum in DC, state of the art.
Wow.
So he was there, but I could tell from his face. So we left the.
You could tell from his face what?
That something was wrong. He was not excited. If you the vibe,
right,
graduation vibe in kindergarten,
Right.
So after I could still standing in the stage, seeing the crowd, because it was him, my mom, my siblings, and on our way to the restaurant after the graduation, we were having a conversation. It's like, man, no more for all this education where this lesson fee self where man don't spend per unit at home. Me don't know that to go school for can be daddy cook. I'm telling you.
I'm sorry. I'm not laughing at you. I'm just laughing with you.
I get it. Like you for understand how I feel. First son, think you've done your dad proud because of course life had happened.
Right.
I have a baby. Will be vexed for me first once. 6 months, you don't talk to me. Oh, you don't talk big man, and you don't bump picking up. So with that, you could tell that disappointment. And another congregation say me picking on be engineer, I don't be like Daddy Cook. I'm like, wow.
So I want you to rephrase that line again.
I tell you that the person. So Valentina, this you don't learn. For me, I don't know no more. Older they go school for Canton Daddy Cook.
Daddy Cook.
I said me I sabi cook very well, but I not go learn now.
So he was practically disappointed.
He was disappointed in
the
it.
profession.
Like I spent all this money to go to school to go. You really paid. You went to college for this. You paid money for it. Yes, Dad. It's an institution. It's a college. It's an associate degree back then. So until later that summer, graduation was in May. Later that summer, went to a family event in Atlanta in June. So we're there. Met one of my uncles that I remember. They were sitting out in the yard. It was a cookout.
Right.
Like, hey, Moshe, good for you. Life is, how then small man. They say, oh, not a small man again. No. Look the one something I don't born self. Look him. I said, no, this small boy, yes. So that's what did they do. So in graduation, I come and say in a cook. And then my uncle, you could see the excitement of my uncle first because he lived in America. What? Right. Let's go on a chef. Say, Moshana, then they make money in this country. So because so like come on, people don't know cook. So this boy, if you focus on this something they did. So you could see after he get that assurance from my uncle, he kind of like you could feel like a weight left him.
Wow.
So what's going on? Oh yeah, my picking a chef.
Wow.
But I think I blew his mind 2 years later or 3 years later when he came for my sister's wedding. It was in Baltimore. Beautiful venue, 5 levels. We had food spread out everywhere.
Wow.
And I was, of course, in charge of the catering. And everybody was, oh, Moshe, Safi, that's my mom's name. And I do well, look this spread, bro. And I'm brother and a chef, man, then charge. So that alone, and of course, after that, everybody raved about the food. It was not because it's my sister event, but if I were to check the top 3 best event I've done, that was like out of the park.
Wow.
So I had a point to prove not only to my family, but especially to my dad.
Yeah. So everything came back full circle. Initially, what he had wanted for you was to become this doctor or engineer, which didn't end up happening. However, you chose a different career path, which in time he's very proud of.
Exactly. And now he's the one saying from time to time, well, Baba, anytime you go and can develop something over here, just make a know.
That same man
that had that look in his face. Now he's just waiting for me to pick up a phone and say, hey, Daddy, I look for land or space so you get connection, like I can open something.
He's proud.
Yeah, he's proud. Like when I just came back from Sierra Leone, if we go out and we eat it, it's like, you go do one life, you can't, you do it, because I did a brunch in the new Freetown City Council building.
Wow.
I did a brunch there right before I came back. They just opened it. It was a state-of-the-art building. So he was very proud.
Proud, very nice.
It was a proud
that's fun.
Exactly.
It was a very proud moment.
So after we were in the rooftop now, he was like, man, if you can't do something,
wow, that would be great. Awesome.
What dish do you think everyone should try and why?
Wow. If up to me, I didn't try all, but there's a particular dish that I did on my YouTube channel because I'm trying to introduce our culture and present our food better. So it's more of a fusion cooking. So I did a crab cake. It's actually a gari crab cake with. So basically, instead of using breadcrumbs, a crab cake gari. And then when I did the salad, it was arugula instead of using the croutons or quinoa. I know like Apache gari.
So you created that recipe?
I created that recipe.
Wow.
Yeah, and if you go to my YouTube channel, it's there. It's gari crab cake and then with an arugula salad. Wow. And then the second dish, I made a suya pizza. Because pizza, the definition of pizza in Italian, I just bread.
Right, yeah, that's it.
So I'm like, okay, we have suya.
So that's a topping.
Exactly. So I made a suya pizza.
That's very creative.
Exactly. And when I made, and it's so easy to make. So if you look at my YouTube page, it's West through West by Fages. West underscore the through is spelled THRU
Okay.
underscore West by Fages. You look at it on YouTube, you'll see it. So those two dishes, if you want to try, reach out to me. I'll give you the recipe. It's very. There's so many. I even did a cheesecake,
Wow.
but the crust, instead of using a graham cracker crumbs, I use gari as well. Just blending our native ingredient to see that it could present better.
Wow.
You should try that.
Amazing.
Yes.
As a chef, is there anything you would not try or cook?
That's a set of question. That's a really set of question. But no. To be frank, there's one thing I don't eat is just because of a religious reason.
It's what?
That's one thing, pork.
Oh, pork. Okay.
I don't eat pork.
Okay.
That's a religious thing for me. But I used to eat it.
Are you a Muslim?
I'm not a Muslim, but believe it or not, there's some Christian
They don't eat pork?
that don't eat pork. Some doctrines that you would study. Yeah.
Okay.
So because of that, it's my own personal opinion.
Yeah,
That's
of course,
something
of
I'm not
course,
into.
of course.
But I eat everything. I'm not allergic to anything. I've eaten everything from a rattlesnake to because when you go through culinary school, you try all this exotic food. So I've had alligator, rattlesnake, salodide, I don't eat monkey. I've even had a piece of lion fillet.
Monkey?
Yeah, monkey would I tell my time. When I tell my American folks that I don't eat monkey, they look at me like, oh, you eat monkey. They look at me like, oh, you eat monkey. Like, but when I tell my African people I don't eat that to snake, they're like, oh, you eat snake. Snake, they're like, oh, you eat snake. So yeah, but no, as a chef, that's the beauty about it.
Yeah.
You gotta be versatile.
Right.
So people ask me, what do you specialize? I love seafood, but I'm very diverse. So I could cook anything. And you can't be going to fancy right now. I wish we could have done a tasting on this show. My bad.
Yeah.
We didn't, but can't be going to pantry right now. See 1, 2 things. I'm ready to
You
make
make
a dish.
something. Wow.
Yeah.
Wow. Now we'll have to bring you on set someday to,
Definitely, and do something.
do your miracle in the kitchen. So, Robert, what services do you offer?
I offer private chef. If you follow me on my YouTube, you know I'm big on health. A lot of people tell
What's
me.
your YouTube?
It's Fages Catering. It's West through West by Fages Catering. I have so much of them. I'll give you.
We'll link everything down in the comment section.
Yeah, so it's Fages Catering for my Facebook. The YouTube is West through West. It's just a fusion of my West. I did it West through West because of my West African background and my Westernized technique. So it's just infusion. So West through West, it's a cliche or play on words with infusion. So I do that. I do meal prep because I'm also a big health buff. I love food is great. My motto is food makes the world, great food and great company makes the world go around. But that does not mean you should be glutton or you should eat unhealthy.
Right.
So I do meal prep for people. I do catering. I could do an intimate dinner, one-on-one, you and your special someone. I could do a large wedding up to 350 people.
Wow.
I could do that. Private events, just small. So anything big or small, food related. Fages Catering.
Contact.
DMV numero 1.
Yes.
Chef Omolaja.
Chef
Omolaja.
I just love the name.
Yeah. Well, and I decided to choose that one because of course, my name is Robert, but when I know, and it's a great time just to segue a little bit. Being an African or being a black man now in this generation, now is an opportunity. It's cool to be African because I remember Haja coming to America when you were African, people want to laugh at you. They want to josh at you. No, now it's cool. You know, we're running Afro beats and all those things. So when I want to be a chef, I don't want. There's so many. Chef Rob, Chef Bobby, no, I don't want that.
Robert, what advice would you give to parents that are not very supportive of their children's dreams and aspirations?
Last thing I'm going on first, because I'm also a parent. So I gotta be very careful with this. I'm also a parent and there's a fine line. On a more serious note, there's a fine line. In the generation we live now, especially in this part of the world, not even in this part of the world, even if you're in Africa, the world is so small now, kids see everything on social media. So have that conversation with them. It's not wishful thinking, because a dream without a plan is just wishful thinking.
Yeah.
If a child has a dream, have that conversation with them. As a parent, you're in that position to guide them,
Right.
support them. If you think they're passionate about it, yes, they could have that education as a background, but support them. If it's robotics, find these robotics seminars, after school program, culinary after school program, baseball, whatever it is. I would always advise, especially with our African parents in the diaspora, because I struggle with that a lot, because when I wanted to do this, I didn't have the support of a family. Until now, I had that belief in myself. I'm the daredevil in my family. Among all my siblings, call me the black goat, black sheep. I knew what I want, and I had a plan. If the kid has a plan, parents, please help them with it. Don't try if you don't hear anything, take this from this advice. Do not try to live your life off of your children. We don't get real chance, we don't make real mistakes. Allow the kids to have their own life.
Agreed.
And support them fully as long as there's a plan with it.
Agreed. What advice would you give to an aspiring chef that would like to be like you someday?
I would give a blanket advice, not only as a chef, anything you want to do, one, you gotta have a passion for it. That's important. The money would always come. I know with this generation right now, everybody want to make it quick, make it big.
Right.
The passion would come, the fame would come, but you gotta love what you do. Once you find out what you love, you gotta invest into developing it. And it doesn't, when I say invest, it's not money. If you gotta go to school one thing I know about people, people would always spend time, money, or resource on something that they're interested in. So if you're interested in something, spend your time, spend your resource, read about it, network, get like-minded people around you. Like-minded people, get the support structure, and most important of all, you gotta believe in yourself. Because if I had not believed in myself and worried about my father being disappointed, I may not becoming an engineer or a dentist. Listen, I could have done that and be great. I have a friend that's a doctor, I have a friend that's an engineer. But when we converse, when we talk, they're also like, man, what you're doing is great. You know, when I post my videos, people are, oh, you're always having fun, and I josh with them. I'm like, you guys are having fun. I'm actually making money.
Exactly.
That's me loving what I do. You could have a gathering right now, people are eating, dancing. I'll be there, but I'm also making money. That's the beauty about believing in yourself and harnessing your potential.
Okay. So I know you mentioned your YouTube, not YouTube, I think it was your Facebook or Instagram page. If someone is interested, someone that have never contacted you, is interested in your services, what is the number one contact?
You could call me. My number is 703-479-8804, or you go to my Instagram. I'm more active on Instagram. It's Fajis, FAJIHS_catering.
So for all your catering needs, reach out to Chef Omolajo.
Viewers, when I tell you this man can cook, you never believe it.
Thank you so much.
I have been at several events that he is catered for, and it just blows my mind that a man can cook like this. Just if you are looking to host an event, or just want to have that little dining, something
anything
small.
big or small.
Yeah, he can do
dinner
it.
for two, your entire family.
Contact Robert, Chef Omolaja.
Chef
He's
Omolaja.
because I love that name
Thank you.
very much.
That's the identity. We gotta represent where we're from.
So contact him, because I tell you, you would not be disappointed. Like the food's very tasty. The presentation is A, and he just gets it together. So I mean, you would not be disappointed. Take it from me, and I'm not saying that because he's sitting in front of me. I'm speaking. I'm a living testimony, because I've ate his food, and it's just like I said, I'm just amazed as to how good of a cook he is.
Thank you.
So let's support our brother. He's a Sierra Leonean.
Please do. We gotta
So,
support each other. Remember that.
We have to do this. It has to be a collective effort, right? We all, you know, I have, like I said, I can testify, but let's just support him. If you have the little, whatever event you have, like he had said, big or small, you know, call him, you know, support him, because that's how we all grow. When he wins, we all win.
Thank you.
And he's a representation of Sierra Leone,
Thank you.
right?
Yes.
So, guys, let's begin to change our mindset. You know, call Robert,
Support each other.
support each other. Whatever you're doing out there, that's how we just have to build each other.
Take a word for it, but at the same time, try it yourself. And I promise you, I won't disappoint you.
Great,
Thank you.
great. Robert, thank you very much for being here.
Thank
I
you
really
so much.
appreciate
I
this.
appreciate this. Thank you.